Hey, my friend, this is Gavin Mountford here, and welcome to your Freedom Acceleration Formula. So, over the next few videos, I'm going to be sharing with you how to hit your number one home business goal over the next 12 weeks and increase your income by an extra $10,000 per month over the next 12 months. So, get very, very, very excited. Now, I just want to say thank you and congratulations for actually taking action, for showing up and requesting this training. Right now, you are way ahead of most other people that haven't actually taken the action steps. So I know that you're serious and I know that you're committed for achieving your goals over the next 12 weeks. Now, I'm not sure exactly how you found this training, but if you've been going through our 12-week game plan, then you'll have probably been setting up your plan for the next 12 weeks. You'll have identified and eliminated and planned. You'll have set your vision. You'll know exactly why you're doing this. You'll know exactly what your goal is that you'll want to achieve. And you'll probably have broken this down into smaller chunks where you'll be focusing for the next 12 weeks. And if that's the case, then you are literally about to start your journey to freedom. And I'm incredibly excited for you. Now, on this page, you'll find a little bit more information about our 6 Steps Method Academy, and we very rarely open this program up. However, right now we have a handful of spaces available, and we're going to be opening up the applications over the next few days. Now, whenever we open up the Academy, we tend to have hundreds of people interested, and spaces get taken very, very quickly. However, you are right at the front and you know about this before everybody else. So I'm incredibly excited that you have the opportunity to be part of our 6 Steps Method Academy. This is where we will coach you over the next 12 weeks, where you'll learn and master the 10 core skills that you need to succeed in social media marketing. So pay close attention, and as soon as the applications go live, make sure you submit your information as soon as you can. We'll have a quick chat on the phone to find out if this is right for you. And, again, there's only a handful of spaces available. There's a lot of people already interested who are going through the other trainings right now. And, that's before I've even announced this to everybody else. So again, make sure you pay close attention. The applications will open up in the next couple of days, and then I'll be releasing some more information about the Academy then too. So be on the lookout for that. I'm a lot like you. In the fact that I discovered a formula, I discovered a system that works, and it was early 2001. I used to live in a 35 Cedar Way in a shared house with 7 other people, and I lived in the back bedroom of that house. I was literally at the lowest point in my life. I used to sleep on a mattress, a double mattress on the floor, and every single day I would pick up that mattress, I'd walk it down the stairs, I would then put it behind the sofa, and I'd go to work in a mobile phone shop. And the reason I did that was because I would then, after working in the phone shop for 8-9 hours, I'd come home, I'd teach guitar for about 3 hours in that back bedroom, and I was so ashamed and embarrassed that I was teaching guitar in my bedroom that I didn't want my students to know that it was actually my bedroom. So it was a tricky time. It really was. I love the people I live with, but at the same time, I wanted more for my life. I wanted to get out of there. I wanted to kind of live the dreams that I'd had and built up. And I lived with one of my best friends, Neil, who you can see on the left there, and he knew that I was struggling. He knew that I was down, and he knew that I wanted out. And he said, "Hey, Gav, I'm going to be meeting up with a guy called Paul Newth at the Holiday Inn in Guildford, and he's going to be introducing me to some kind of business opportunity." So I was like, that sounds interesting. I'd be quite interested in that. And this was essentially where my journey to freedom began. Everybody here on this call right now is on their journey to freedom themselves. So we went along, and I sat down with Paul. Paul starts drawing some circles, drawing some numbers, and he said, "Gavin, what would you do if you had an extra £5,000 per month?" And I had not really thought about that before, because I was making about £1,200 a month from my existing job. But anything bigger than that was kind of way over my head. I hadn't thought about it at all. So I was like, well, maybe I'd buy a new guitar, because I played the guitar at the time, obviously. Maybe I'd buy a new car. Maybe I'd go traveling. Maybe I'd move out. And all of a sudden, my mind started to get stretched. He said, what about an extra 10,000 a month? And I'm like, is that really possible? And so, yeah, at that point, I'm like, I'm definitely interested in whatever it is that you're offering. So me and Neil signed up right there and then. He introduced me to a concept called network marketing. Some of you may have heard of that before, some of you may not have. But I I got the bug at that point. I knew that I wanted more for my life. I knew that I wanted to build a business somehow. The problem was I kind of, I got involved in network marketing, but I didn't enjoy the concept at the time. I didn't enjoy speaking to friends and family and kind of bugging people and pestering people, and quickly found out that network marketing was not for me all the way back then. Things have changed and things kind of changed gradually, but I gave up quite quickly. Literally, as soon as I started, I'd pretty much given up in that company. And I then searched the internet, happened to find some kind of gambling website called laytheodds.com that was making an income every single month. I went to the bank, borrowed some money. I actually told the bank that I was going to be getting a loan for I needed a loan to buy a car. And if I'd have told them I was actually going to be buying a gambling site, they'd have probably said no. But I took that money, I went into debt, and I purchased this website. And essentially, this was where I learned my skills. If you're building a business on the internet now, you've got to learn your skills from somewhere. And I learned them with this website in the gambling industry, which I was not interested in at all. I happened to be selling affiliate products, and the website was making, a reasonable amount of money, between around about £5,000, which is about $7,500 per month. So quickly I got very good. And, I remember having, and this was a screenshot from back in 2008, I think, $11,798 in just 14 days. So this was however many years ago that was now, quite a few years ago. But I essentially learned and mastered internet marketing. Now, internet marketing and social media marketing are different, as you are going to learn. The big problem that I had was I hated the gambling industry. I didn't like teaching other people how to essentially, lose money, which is what was happening with a lot of them. And I very quickly fell out of love with that. I used to lie in bed in the morning. I couldn't be bothered to get up, and I kind of killed the golden goose that laid the golden egg. It just wasn't for me at all. And I just cut ties with everything. I sold the websites and made around about £70,000, which is about $100,000 from the websites that I had. But stupid old me went and wasted that money on nothing. I went out drinking. I got into a right state. I was, I was living this kind of high life for a little while on the surface, but deep down I was depressed, and I knew that I wanted more for my life. I really did. I knew that there was more to it. Happened to join an opportunity around about the same sort of time called UV-Me, which was some kind of business opportunity. And I thought, well, I wonder if I can actually take the skills that I've got, that I've learned it with internet marketing, and add it to this and combine it to this and build this business opportunity, which is exactly what I did. Quickly went out and enrolled 284 people in the pre-launch phase. I got all this money kind of sitting in this online account, and I could see it, but I couldn't get access to it because the company hadn't gone live. This was a press release on the right-hand side. You can see there, it says 284 people that I personally recruited at the time, and I was one of the top leaders in that company. But the big problem was they didn't go live and nothing came of it at all. In fact, I lost everything that I had, all this money I could see, and this company just closed like that. They were obviously, I don't even know what was going on, but I was absolutely gutted, and so were many of the other people that were in it, because I really thought at the time this was it. This was going to make everything change. And it was almost like being hit with this big fist coming down from above saying, just get down, Gavin. You're no good at this. You're never going to actually make this work long term. And it felt horrible. It really did. I happened to then, going on a few years again. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is so you can see that the journey to freedom, which you're on right now, is ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs. And eventually you get it and you crack it and you succeed at it. And I'm going to show you the system and the process in a few minutes as we go through. So I joined another opportunity, Pure Leverage, and I started teaching my team, because this was, again, network marketing. You only make money in network marketing if you have a system that duplicates. If you use complicated technology, it hardly works because nobody else can do it. And I didn't know that at the time. So I'm doing all this internet stuff, this really cool, websites and blogs and email lists and all that, because that's what I'd learned myself. and I was teaching my team how to do the same, but they had absolutely no idea what I was talking about. They were beginners, they were novices. It was technically completely over their head. So the big problem was none of my team were duplicating. And it wasn't until I was out for a run and came back, jumped in the shower, and I had this light bulb moment. And I thought, I know why my team aren't duplicating. It's because I'm overcomplicating things far too much. I'm making it far too difficult for people to repeat what I'm doing. I was doing all this cool stuff, and it was great for me because I could do it, but nobody else could. So that was my big light bulb moment. And I went back to the drawing board. I grabbed a pen and paper and I wrote out a 6-step sequence. You can see it right there. It's actually changed its name now. Originally, we did this just for network marketers, but we've opened it up now to all types of business owners and entrepreneurs. And then we started to get duplication because I taught them a simple process, a 6-step process that I'm going to be teaching you in this training as well. And we started to get duplication, 28 people sponsored in 19 days by me. And then my team duplicated to 183 people in 19 days, and then several hundred, and then several thousand. And, the income was coming in, the team was growing. And finally, we had duplication. And that got me very, very, very excited. We had people making money for the very first time ever, just because we were using what we call attraction marketing. And again, I'll be sharing that with you as we go. But we weren't chasing people. We weren't pestering people. We weren't bugging people. We were doing it all through social media and a simple 6-step sequence. So since then, we went on to create Networking Superstars, which was our brand for 2 or 3 years, where we had many, many, many success stories, some of which you'll be meeting on this webinar. You can see some of their testimonials and case studies that we'll be going through as well. And we took that team and the Networking Superstars into different contests, different affiliate contests, where we would all work together using the 6 steps. And 125 sales in one of them. We came just behind Ray Higdon, generated $25,000 in commissions for our team. Many of them, you can see here on the left-hand side, you can see the orders, many of them making money for the first time ever, many of them generating sales for the first time ever. So, the reason that this is so powerful that I'm sharing with you is it is duplicatable, and those who do it and do it right and repeat it properly do get results. So that's why, I'm showing you this now. But I am ultimately no different to you in any way, shape, or form. I'm just a regular guy who happened to stumble upon a really effective blueprint, and that's me with my nana there. Unfortunately, she passed away, not too long ago. But I do think about her, and every time I do a webinar like this, I always remember her. So, I'm blessed and I'm fortunate. I'm able to live a different lifestyle to what I used to live. I get to take my children to school in the morning. I get to pick them up in the afternoon, and I get to spend time with them, just having fun, going places, traveling the world. This is meeting up with Mike Dillard, one of the grandfathers of traction marketing, and Ray Higdon, Brian Finale, going to pool parties and just ultimately having fun. But as I said, I'm absolutely no different than you in any way, shape, or form. I just happen to fall upon a system that works. Again, taking my wife to Malaysia, my mum for her 60th birthday to Portugal, Singapore, and the kids to Disney. Ultimately just enjoying life. So I'm going to share with you the principles that led me to this life too. And I'm going to share with you the secrets that really do work.